What's up, Apple fanboys? Peter Von Panda here. Um, got my hands on and actually bought an iPad mini this weekend and wanted to quick share my initial impressions and tell you flat out, unequivocally, that you should not even bother trying this iPad mini out. Don't even put it in your hands. Don't play around with it. Don't go look at it. Don't touch it or feel it. Particularly if you have an iPad, original iPad, iPad 2, 3, or 4, because of a few things in particular. One, and the main reason you will not want to even go check it out is because you will absolutely have to have one. And I was a skeptic at first. I've had every version of the iPad, including the new one with the Retina display. And after trying the iPad Mini out and being skeptical of the size, the thing that wins you over is just the sheer lightness and portability of the iPad Mini, and the fact that it's almost non-existent when it's in your hand. What it actually feels like to me is that someone ripped the glass off a regular iPad and hands it to you, and the strange thing is it still seems to work. It's just so thin, as everyone will tell you. It's so light. When you've got the regular iPad and you're holding it in portrait mode, which I do a lot, it feels like the regular size iPad is kind of torquing your hand down, or if you're holding it flat, it's kind of torquing it down this way. So, after using the iPad Mini, you can really, really feel the heft and the weight of a regular iPad. The size of the screen I thought was going to be a problem, and everyone's is talking about the pixel density is higher because it's the same resolution as the iPad 2, which really wasn't a problem for me. I think the pixel density about 164 pixels per inch is actually pretty nice. The screen is very readable. This is basically a 7-inch screen. The full size iPad is a 10. Or this is basically an 8-inch screen. The full iPad's a 10, so right in the middle would be a 9. And I would almost like to see another model. I know that's a very small increment, but if the screen were a little bigger and they were still able to keep everything else in proportion, roughly the same shape and size, that would be a winner, I believe, too. So it's just so light. It's so much more usable, in my opinion, for multiple hours a day than the other iPad. The things that I'll point out here that I've kind of learned a little bit is again, this is the anodized aluminum back, so it scratches pretty easily, as some people have said. I just cut out a piece of vinyl sticker from a generic laptop skin to put on there in the meantime. I did order a custom skin from jealousskins.com, which was the cheapest way to make a custom skin, jealousskins.com. I'll put that link up there. A couple things I'll note is I usually hold all the iPads in landscape mode here. So it's nice that they give you the big bezel on this side because I don't read a lot in the portrait mode. The one thing I'll notice is I usually put the home button on this side because I'm right-handed and I hit that button with my thumb a lot. And the new iPad mini has stereo speakers. We'll try to focus in on there. So 2 speakers and around the lightning connector. And I've noticed that when I'm holding it like this and listening to a video, your hand kind of covers up that bottom speaker. It's not a huge problem, but if you want to really get great volume, you've got to kind of let your palm sit open a little bit because, wow, does the color look really bright and saturated? I think the sun's coming out. Let me walk away. Anyway, so you're kind of losing half of the volume when that happens. Not a big deal, but it's something I've noticed. And then also, if you use, it's the sun coming out. That damn sun. It's gonna turn me tan. I like being a albino hermit. The other thing I've noticed is that because it's a little bit smaller than the other iPad, particularly if you have the automatic brightness control setting on, when you're holding it on this side, you tend to cover up the ambient light sensor, which is right next to the iSight camera there. You can see it. And so what I've noticed is that I've had to kind of set the brightness manually to a single setting because sometimes when I do that, if my finger or is covering that ambient light sensor, the screen dims more than I would like, especially if I'm actually in the bright light. So those are the 2 things I've noticed. But man, this is such a like I said, I was a skeptic. I didn't think that it. I thought it was more of a defensive response to a lot of the 7-inch Android tablets. But again, I think the thing you'll notice is that Apple really puts a lot of thought and common sense behind their products, and this is really reflected. So don't go check it out, because if you do, you're gonna dump your old iPad and pick one of these up. I would love to see that A6X processor and the Retina display in the next one, but overall, what an awesome package. So don't check it out, man. Don't, because your wallet will um, jump out of your pocket and into Apple specialist credit card machine. Anyway, just wanted to let you know that. So hopefully it's helpful. Peter Von Panda, out. Woo! Woo! Pulse.